What is up, guys? FrenziedKing here, bringing you my first ever attempt at casting. This is just kind of like a trial run, seeing how it's going to go. I know it's not going to be the greatest because I am doing this by myself and I don't have a second person to bounce off of. As I joined the game, I didn't really get a chance to see it. I just saw her dead lying here on the ground. Soraka was dead right about here. Purple team actually invaded Blue's jungle, and they were able to pick up that kill onto Soraka, giving them the 1-0 lead. So we have a Shaco jungle on the blue side versus an Olaf jungle. Olaf is actually owed as blue right now, getting it pulled and killing that. We have a Scion. Looks like we're going to have a Scion top versus Irelia. Veigar mid versus Kassadin. And bot lane is going to be Soraka, Graves versus Taric Ezreal. So interesting to see how that works out. Graves usually the one that goes with Taric, but recently Taric goes great with a lot of champions, especially Ezreal. Easier to land that poke with. Purple team does know that Shaco is looking towards the red. Olaf knows he's there. Nothing Shaco's going to be able to do with that. That perfect ward placement right here by Purple team, able to get Shaco. Shaco does deceive out, but we'll see if he can do anything about it, to see if they can get him. Oh, no, it does not look like they're going to get him. Nope. The cage by Veigar just missed a little bit. Irelia here to get Olaf. Will they pick up the kill? Yes, Kassadin with the kill onto Olaf, evening the kills up 1-1. Irelia and Shaco getting that assist, so this should give Shaco red buff pretty uncontested. I don't see any way that Purple team's going to stop them from getting that. Bottom lane looks like damage coming out onto Graves. The stun from Taric. Q from Ezreal. Will he get the last Q? No, the flash from Graves before he can land the Q. So it looks like Taric Ezreal is kind of bullying around that Soraka Graves at this point, which they probably should be. I would think that they should be the more aggressive of the two pairs. Shaco coming top to gank Sion. Sion has no idea. Red buff slow onto Sion. Sion has Ghost. Looks like Sion, what is he running? He is running Ghost Exhaust. Sion does actually not have Flash. So if they can catch him out now without Ghost, it definitely should be able to net them a kill. We'll keep checking back on that later. Olaf cleaning up his golems. He will be missing that red buff. Not only is that a red buff that he does not have, but that also is experience that he's missing out on. As a jungle, you don't realize how much those camps, the blue and red camps, actually give you quite a bit of experience. So bot lane looks like sustain-wise, Graves and Soraka is having a little bit easier time, which they should. Soraka's heal a little bit more effective than Taric's. Taric, let's see what Taric has. Taric actually has 1 point in his heal, so it's not even going to be healing for that much. While Soraka has 2 points in her heal, so her heal is going to be a little bit better. The flash in. Oh, we have a gank from Olaf. Let's see, they are not targeting well at all. Finally, they all get onto Graves, and Graves will go down. Soraka trying to get Taric, but she is unsuccessful. When they first, Purple team, like I said, when they first went in there, we'll see what Shaco's doing. Will he pick up the kill? Yes, he picks up the kill on Olaf. Can he kill Ezreal? I believe he can. If Ezreal gets feared by that box, he might die. Oh, nope, Ezreal. Good arcane shift there to avoid that box. Shaco's going to have to deceive away. I don't know, not sure what Shaco's going to be able to do here. Oh, of course, he's Shaco. He's going to be able to get away. Ezreal's trying to find him, but he has no idea that Shaco's... See what Shaco's doing here. What is he doing? Ah, Shaco. What are you doing, buddy? Ezreal picks up the kill on Shaco. I'm not sure what Shaco was doing. He should have just bead. Obviously, I understand Ezreal was low on mana, but Shaco didn't have much mana of his own. You see here, mid, Kassadin is able to bully Veigar. Kassadin with that early kill, with that early blue buff, level 5 to level 3 is able to just push Veigar out of the lane. Veigar can do absolutely nothing to stop this. He's defenseless against that. Now blue buff does drop off of Kassadin, so we'll see if Veigar can do anything about that, but I feel like he's going to have to just let his lane push and farm in his tower. We'll see what happens. Taric looks like he's going to try and come for a gank here in middle, so we'll see if they get that off. He does not have his ult. Oh, he just leveled. I think that might save it. Yep, that's going to save his life. He just leveled. He had no flash. That was I don't want to say lucky, but that was a pretty lucky level. He's without his ultimate there, he was definitely gonna die. Pings are coming on to Vigar. Looks like Shaco wants to get him. Shaco's not going to do much with that deceive. He kind of deceived from over here. First of all, they have the ward there. He deceived from over there. Not really much going. He's not going to be able to get to the middle of the lane stealth. If he comes around here or something and he deceives over, he's going to have a much easier time with that gank. So Vigar is trying his hardest to last hit. He's actually 15 to. He's just getting dominated in last hits in CS right now. So it'll be interesting to see if Vigar is going to be of any use to purple team at all this game. Obviously, the more fed that that Cassidy gets, the better off. Not necessarily better off, but the more damage that Vigar is actually going to do to him. Will Vigar get this kill? Vigar with the kill on Cassidy. Cassidy was just tanking too much turret damage. I'm going to actually go back a little bit. I kind of want to see that. Let's retry this. Oh, okay, Cassidy did ult in. Let's see, he's playing super aggressive. The stun cage? There's the stun cage just out of turret range. See, right here, he's tanking too much turret. He just should have, I mean, Cassidy tanked the turret too much. I can't really say much. I'm not sure what I would have done in that situation, but I think it would have been better for him just to back off and maybe get a Q before Vigar actually ran away. Not sure if tanking the turret was your best option there. Looks like Shaco tried to gank bottom. They got a pink ward right here by purple team, which is perfect, perfectly placed. Gonna see Shaco even if he deceives in, and he can walk in there. They'll see him. He deceives in there. They will see him. They know he's there right now as well, but they can't really stop him from being. Top lane. See what we got going on. We got 38 minion kills for Irelia, and 32 for Sion. 80 Sion. This is not AP Sion. Sion forced to use flash. Will Irelia kill him? 1 Q will kill him. Oh, wow. The damage out there by Sion is ridiculous onto Irelia. So Sion gets that kill onto Irelia. He is 2-0-1. And with that ultimate, he is already back up to full health. Wow. Vigar throwing a ward down there in blue team's jungle. So he knows exactly when Shaco's coming in. It's probably the best defense against a Shaco. Just because most of the time he will not deceive until he gets to a bush, and then he will deceive into your lane. So you want to have your ward spots where you're going to see him before he actually deceives into your lane. Shaco's going to defend that top tower and get some good CS. Meanwhile, in mid, it looks like Vigar, he's not, I mean, he's low on health, but he's not getting bullied around quite as much. I think it's just he's pushing, I believe. I feel that Cassidy is still bullying him around. Cassidy did go for that Cage's Lucky pick, so he's possibly going to build that into a Deathfire, which is actually, that's 100% what he's going to build it into. Nothing much else to do with that Cage's Lucky pick. So he's going to have, once he gets that Deathfire, he will have quite a bit of burst. Cassidy already has a lot of burst, but that just adds basically another spell to his arsenal. So we'll see how that goes. Bot lane, Graves, looks like we got 54 minions on Graves to Ezreal's 56. The damage coming out onto Graves, they're not quite enough to kill him though. The heal for Soraka is what's keeping Graves alive at this point. I kind of want to check gold. It looks like team gold 12k to 10k, but purple team obviously has that kill advantage. Ezreal 3,255 to Graves is 2,000. So Ezreal has a 1,000 gold lead on to Graves. He'll definitely, oh, he has 2-0-2 too as well. So he has 2 kills up on Graves as well as the minion kill advantage. Ezreal will definitely be a lot stronger than Graves as we get into this mid game. Ezreal just farming away, very good at last hitting at this point. He does have his phage. Looks like he's gonna build that into his Trinity Force. Some Ezreals get Sheen first, but phage is also a very good first item just because the chance to slow, as well as the extra health that it does give Ezreal. Looks like we have Vigar and Olaf going through the blue team's jungle. They're trying to find Shaco. We'll see if what happens here to Shaco. I'm gonna kind of follow Shaco, see what happens. Oh no, they're just gonna take his wraiths and leave. Okay, they're not actually gonna wait for him. They're after this Kassadin though. Not much gonna happen there. Kassadin does have his ultimate. Unless they actually land a stun cage onto Kassadin, there's a pretty good chance that he will survive. There he is getting the ultimate away. One of the great things about Kassadin is his ability to escape in the mid lane. He has the ability to stay and push farther than normal AP carries because of that mobility, and also just like that he can jump at you and throw a lot of burst at you because of it. Soraka very low again. This Taric Ezreal lane is just bullying them around. Oh, Ezreal with the kill onto Soraka. Shaco and Graves trying to get. Will they pick it up? There's the kill on Ezreal. Will they continue on? They are continuing on to Taric. The slow. Oh, and the flash from Taric. Oh, and they pick up the kill on Taric as well. So they lost Soraka, but blue team was able to kill Taric and Ezreal, which is good for them. I believe Graves was the one that got the killing blow. Yes, Graves was the one that got the killing blow on Ezreal, which is good for him because he did get that killing spree gold. Oh, wow. Veigar almost getting casted in the middle. But Kassadin is able to ult away before that that Dark Matter does land. If that Dark Matter would have landed, Kassadin probably would have died. But Kassadin's passive also helps him against bursty champions like Veigar. Obviously, his passive being taking 15% reduced magic damage, and he converts that damage into attack speed. Now, the attack speed is not the most important part of that ultimate for Kassadin, obviously, but it's that taking 15% less damage. So a bursty champion like Veigar probably would have killed any other AP carry with that combo, obviously, of his ult. Kassadin missing that force pulse. He is still chasing, tower diving. Oh wow, he's dead. And Veigar picking up the kill on a greedy Kassadin. I'm not quite sure why Kassadin decided to dive that. As soon as he missed that force pulse, he probably should have just backed away. But he didn't, and he's dead. So it looks like Graves picked up his pickaxe, gonna eventually build that into his Affinity's Edge. But he doesn't quite have the amount of gold for that yet. I'm surprised he just didn't save up for a BF sword. But he wanted that AD, and he wanted it now. So he just got a little bit of AD from that pickaxe, so he wasn't falling too far behind in damage in this lane. Ezreal did pick up a Vampiric Scepter and a dagger, so the Vampiric Scepter is going to give him a little bit more sustain, not like he needed it anyway, but he will be able to harass even better, and they won't be able to push them back. So the little bit of damage that he, for example, takes from that Q, he will be able to auto attack back, along with the heal from Taric. Veigar picking up the blue buff. Kassadin does not have blue. It looks like blue buff is actually not up for blue team, so not quite respawned yet. Don't have the timer on that though, so we'll see when that comes up. But pretty sure that Kassadin will get that blue buff in his hands. Although Shaco is running around with the blue buff on, so I'm not sure what the timer is on that blue buff. I can't tell. Can't tell from that. There's a nice ward there by purple team. Saw Shaco on his way there. I forget what the fog war button is. I kind of want to F2, F3. Okay. So if we check out map coverage, you see blue team doesn't really have a lot of wards. Obviously, they have that one bottom and the other one in the river, and the bottom bush there. Irelia obviously planting that one top. She just planted that. Purple team just about the same actually. I'm surprised. I thought that at one point they did have a better ward coverage, but middles obviously the wards have died, and the ones bottom are actually getting pretty close to dead as well. So we'll see how Taric puts us back out there. The burst onto Soraka, just absolutely melting her. They're gonna dive this turret for Graves, and I'm pretty sure they will. Yep, Taric does pick up that kill. But we do have Shaco and Irelia chasing after Taric and Ezreal. We'll see what happens here. I feel like they might. Will they get Taric? I'm not sure what Irelia was doing. I think she thought she could Q over the wall. Will she get Ezreal? Will she find him? Oh, Ezreal is going to be just in time. And Taric will he get away from Shaco? Shaco one deceive and then instead. Oh, and nice. Gets the kill onto Taric. So Shaco having a lot of presence. Kassadin finding Veigar. Veigar with the stun cage. Nothing he can do. He can't really put out damage. Irelia is right behind him. So he couldn't really turn around and burst down that Kassadin. So Veigar is going to go B. What does he have now? Veigar has his Blasting Wand and his Cage is Lucky Pick. So he will be blending that Deathfire's Grasp as well. He's actually about to buy it. He will buy that Doran's Ring for the extra health and AP. And obviously the couple health potions so that he has that sustain in lane. Kassadin and Veigar about the same spot in items. Obviously, the only difference being that Kassadin does not have that Doran's Ring. Instead, he bought that ward. Olaf kind of pushing Kassadin around a little bit. Nothing Kassadin can do. He's getting pretty low on mana right there. Graves continuing to try and farm bot. He actually has taken the minion kill lead from Ezreal, but Ezreal does have that advantage in kills. And Ezreal is the stronger of the two of them at this point with that Phage and that Zeal. And a little bit of sustain from Vampiric Scepter. Once he builds Trinity Force, he will be putting out even more damage. And that combo of Taric Ezreal with Taric Stun, Shatter, Alt combo will be doing a ton of damage. Just watch melt. Oh, Graves barely gets away. Graves with 28 health. Shaco. Will they get this? Will they get the kill on Shaco? There's the Olaf axe and the kill by Ezreal. The flash needed to come out from Soraka, or else she would have gotten hit by that axe and possibly would have died. So purple team just kind of bullying around blue team at this point. Looks like they're going to line up for should be an easy dragon. Nothing Graves can really do. Graves is going to stay with his 100 HP, just trying to get the last couple of minion kills before he does go back. Like I said, purple team picking up dragon. So that's a little bit extra gold. They are extending their gold lead at this point. Kassadin continuing to try and push Veigar around. He's not quite pushing him out of lane anymore though. Veigar does have the sustain with a little bit of health potions. He does have those kills. So he can be a little bit like he can play a lot more safer knowing that he can do more damage to Kassadin. He can actually get those kills on Kassadin. He's not completely underfarmed. Although he is down minion kills, he's not terribly underfarmed or undergeared. He's actually pretty close to that Deathfire, I believe. Let's see how much he's sitting on. He is sitting on 1,000 gold, so yeah. I believe actually he can buy that Deathfire with that. Sion once again getting another kill on Irelia top barely. Looks like he had no health left, just like the other encounter. Alt possibly saving him again. Looks like he's gonna go. I don't know. We'll see if he gets his boots, his rank 2 boots first. Or if he decides to go right for that Phantom Dancer, we'll see about that as soon as he goes back here and buys. We'll see what he buys. And he went right for that Phantom Dancer. So, even stronger in that top lane. Soraka putting a word in there. They do not want to get, they do not want to keep getting just destroyed by this combo. But there's really nothing they can do about it. They can possibly play a little bit more aggressive. Now that they just wasted both of their ults, these Soraka Grace can probably start playing a little bit more aggressive. Since that damage combo is no longer there. Although, wow, Ezreal still putting out a ton of damage. He does have that Trinity Force. So he is just he's rolling. Nothing. I don't think there's anything blue team's gonna be able to do to stop Ezreal from just destroying their entire team. He's too strong right now. Veigar getting blue again. I don't think I've seen blue. Ooh, Kassadin. The damage from Kassadin. You saw the Deathfire Grasp and the combo of all Kassadin's abilities. Kassadin was like, I'll take blue, thank you. Because obviously it looks like Shaco's not giving Kassadin blue. I'm not sure why that is. Normally the jungler will give the AP mid those blue buffs, especially on Kassadin. Blue buff on Kassadin is very, it's nice to have. Just because you get to throw more Qs out. Which means more force pulses, which means you get more damage, more harass onto that Veigar middle. But he does pick up that, he actually steals that blue from Veigar. Shaco being a little crazy right there. Oh, will Taric explore the bush? Oh, Kassadin was not even waiting for him to explore. Down goes Tark to Irelia. Irelia's ultimate throwing out some nice damage as well as Kassadin's combo. Wow, the kill from Kassadin onto to Olaf. Pretty much on. I mean, there's nothing Olaf could have done with that. We have Sion flying in here. He does have his rank 2 boots. Ezreal will take down Soraka. Sion is flying. He's got that Phantom Dancer. And his, like I said, and his rank 2 boots. I really, wow. Okay, there you go. She queued over. She said that she placed that ward and queued over the wall. That was pretty a good move. So Aurelia will escape with that nice Q dive. Very, very good. Sion is an absolute monster right now, along with Ezreal. So I'd hate to see a team fight with these two. Yeah, that's dead. The burst from Veigar is it's just Veigar. You want to sit under the tower? He will kill you. Hopefully you have a Sion there with some nice crit, some nice crit. No, 200 attack damage for someone without any AD other than a Wriggles is pretty good. That's not bad at all. Critting was 400, 440 on a minion, obviously, but still, nonetheless. Getting up there. Once he gets a little, if he gets I don't know. We'll see what he builds. He could either build some more maybe attack speed crit, or maybe he'll go some tanky. And we'll see what direction Sion wants to go with that build. It's been a really long time since I've actually seen a Sion, so I'll be interested to see what kind of build he takes. Just one-shotting caster minions. 167 farm to Aurelia's 117. Absolutely destroyed Aurelia in farm. Actually, it looks like across the board, purple team is just higher in farm. Obviously, except for that the jungle spot where Shaco has the lead. Even Veigar is actually pretty close to Kassadin. As I'd say that, Veigar picking up the kill onto Kassadin. At this point, all Veigar has to do is really survive Kassadin's burst. If he can survive past the damage of Q, he can throw a stun cage, and there's nothing that Kassadin should be able to do about that. I feel like I'm feeling a surrender vote coming on, but you never know. Obviously, if this was a tournament, they would not surrender at this point. But they are just rolling. Looks like Tarek came top to help Sion, not like he needed help anyway. But they do pick up that kill on Aurelia, and she is dead. Graves better be careful when he does that next time. He kind of dashed in there. He probably could have gotten killed by those two. Purple team just taking all the turrets they want. It's really their game to win or lose. I'm pretty sure they're going to win. I don't want to say anything specifically, but if blue team were to come back, it would be their greatest comeback ever. That's about sums that up. Because at this point, they're content with not 5v5 team fighting and just picking them off every once in a while, one by one. They are completely okay with that. Ezreal just keeps farming. He's got that Bloodthirster, so his damage is really at 230. Kassadin looks like Kassadin's gonna try something on Ezreal. Will Ezreal survive? Oh, and Kassadin does barely get that kill on Ezreal. I don't know. I think if Kassadin didn't have Ignite, obviously Ezreal could have gotten that kill, but he did have that Ignite, and that did reduce the healing that Ezreal got from Bloodthirster. Soraka having to flash from the Sion, but Sion is relentless. Will he dive the tower for Soraka? He is diving the tower. Oh my gosh. Will he die? His ultimate. Sion ultimate, too strong. Dive towers if he feels like it. Sion didn't need your help. They're just kind of pushing in. Don't see this game going any differently from here on out. It's going to be a lot of blue team dying, a lot of purple team killing, and a lot of blue team towers dying. As you can see, and as it did announce, Spectator Mode did announce, purple team does actually have that Baron buff. So blue team's definitely not going to want to fight them now. Obviously, if they can pick one or two off at a time, they can do that. But that doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Looks like Shaco tried to 1v1. Excuse me, Ezreal. That didn't quite work out for him. Edgar with the ultimate, stopping Shaco from going back. See what he wants to do with this. Nothing really. I don't think they're able to catch Shaco. He's got those boots mobility, so after he gets out of combat, he will be moving at move speed times 5. And that is the surrender vote. Guys, thanks for watching. This was my first ever attempt at casting. Obviously, I can get a lot better. I know that I'm not the greatest. So be nice in the comments, but also give me some constructive criticism. What are some things I can work on? Obviously, I also want to do this with another person. Kind of bounce ideas off each other back and forth. Give myself the ability to feed off of someone, because it is hard by yourself to come up with things to mention. It also is only one set of eyes to cover the entire map, whereas with 2 people, obviously you can cover more area. There's more eyes for different parts of the map, so you have a better chance of finding different things to happen. But other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Comment on things you liked, things you didn't like, things I need to do better. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to share it. Peace.